It's finally here. This took a lot longer than I expected, and actually this isn't even mine. One of my friends managed to get his hands on this one from Amazon Germany. Unfortunately, I hope that I could get this one in Romania, but I can't find this in any stores here in Romania. And they're pretty much out of stock, but I will get my hands on my very own. But for now, we have this available. I will do an unboxing, configuration, and a quick impressions in this video, and I'll get back to the full review in another one. So let's get into it. Alright, so here's the box, and to be honest, it is a bit bigger than I expected, but let's just go inside and see what we have. So inside we get actually another box, more or less the classic PlayStation 1 gray. And when we remove this, first of all, inside we get a USB-C to USB-C cable. Then we get the portal, and of course a few manuals, and of course last but not least the actual portal. Sorry, I'm taking my time to enjoy this because actually I find it pretty ergonomic, and of course this is something that I expected, especially with the DualSense feel and edges of it, and that is actually one of my favorite, if not my favorite controller that ever existed. I find it that for the size of my hands, that one fits perfectly. Actually, let me bring my controller. So here is the official initial controller from the PlayStation 5. As you can see, it has the same shape. The buttons are actually the same. The size of the grip are the same. The only thing that's different, it's the size of the thumbstick. I don't know if you can tell, but these are a bit bigger on the DualSense controller compared to the one on the Portal. I don't have the PSVR 2, but from what I know, apparently that one is actually even smaller than this one, so it sits somewhere in the between. Let's remove this screen protector. It's fine. So besides the classic buttons that we get also on the DualSense controller, including the share and link button, the PlayStation 1, the mute one. Then on top we have the speakers, then we have the volume button, the power button, and link button. Let's see if we have any power. And there we go. I'll try to do the setup right here with you. If the waiting times are too long, then I'll cut a bit, but I will not skip any important steps. And there we go. We are now inside and we have select language menu. These are the volume buttons, as I said. Let's select English. Then we need to select the internet connection. So I'll select my Wi-Fi. Of course, I'm using a 5 GHz network because the speeds are faster on that kind of network. Now we are setting the date and time, and I'm in Romania, so I will put UTC +2, and we should have, there we go, Bucharest. We already have a software update, so we'll go ahead and do that. We agree to the license and confirm. And now we're in the installation part, and I'll speed this up if it takes too long. Well, it's actually been a while since we're waiting for the software update. It started off pretty quick, but then around 50% it took a lot longer to do this. So we're now still at 97%, but we still have a few more minutes, I think, to wait. Oh, there we go. 100%. We're finally done. Let's continue. And now we're waiting for the controller device to update. But this one seems to be pretty fast. PS Link device software. This one apparently takes a bit longer. So while we wait, let's look a bit at the design. I was actually really curious how this looks on the back. I don't know if you can tell, but grips, the same ones that you have on the DualSense controller, are still here, but they stop around this corner, and this one it's pretty flat, like the back of the DualSense controller, so it's similar to that. Then here on the bottom we have, I believe this is the microphone, And then we have the headphone jacks and the USB-C charging port. Well, it's good that you can plug it in and it will not bother you while you're keeping it like that. So if you want to play on a table, for the Nintendo Switch for example, that was an issue, you couldn't really put it on a table while playing. But yeah, other than that, the design, I really like it. I know that a lot of people are saying that this is pretty ugly. Well, of course, it's not the most beautiful one, but in the end, it quite grew on me, and I like how it looks like. And the ergonomics, I don't think you can beat it. The triggers are amazing. They still feel the same as this one. It's actually heavier than I expected, but the weight distribution is pretty good. It really feels good in the hand, you know. This display, it's a bit exposed, let's say, so should be careful. And we don't have any first-party accessories, but there are lots of third parties already, so you can buy a couple of keys. I'll see if I can get my hands on some, but first thing first, I need to get my hands on my very own PlayStation port. Apparently the software update is now done. Let's see if that is it, and we can finally connect this to the PS5. Actually, the PS5 is not even in this room, it's in my living room, and it's now in standby. Let's just see if we can go ahead and figure it with the PlayStation 5 in standby mode. Let me get my phone in order to scan this QR code, and we'll be able to connect to the PS5, hopefully. So actually, I got my iPad over here because I'm using this phone to shoot this video, so I need something else. And let's go ahead and scan the QR code. And then we hit proof. And OK. And there you have it. We're now connected. Let's see if we can connect to my PS5. I only have one, so we should be able to see, yeah, indeed. This one important thing to know over here is if you don't already have the remote play enabled on your PS5, then you simply go to settings and then under system, you have the remote play option and you simply have to enable it. And if you are required for a link code, then you can find it on the link device and then you can use that code to connect your PlayStation port. And as I said, my PS5 is in a different room and it's in standby mode, so hopefully we should be able to do this. Let's go ahead. So we get this quick tip that you can bring this quick menu over here by sliding. Alright, let's click on next. I just heard my PS5 in the other room, so let's see if it's connecting. Looks like the first time it takes a bit longer, but from what I heard, it's not that long. There you go. We can hit on play. And there it is. We are finally connected to my PS5. As a first impression, to be honest, oh, there you go. I don't know if you noticed, but it was quite blurry initially, but now, after a while, the graphics are okay, so no issues there. Let's do a quick demo with Astro Playroom, because I want to test out the controllers. It's the exact same feeling that you get with the DualSense controller. The touchpad, apparently it's around these two areas, so you just have to touch the touchscreen, and then this will act like the touchpad that you get on the DualSense controller. Exactly the same feeling as you get with DualSense. Normally you need to blow into this microphone, so let's see. Even that one works. So that's why in the end this is the best experience that you can do for remote play. I actually already start to feel a bit of delay in using the controller, and as you can see, normally if you hit this glass, then the CPU will start hitting you, and I'm trying to jump right when it's about to hit the glass, and I've done this plenty of times, and there you go, we actually had a hiccup. I get a few drops, and I suppose this is because of the connectivity, and I don't really understand why, because as I said, I have a really good connectivity. It's not off to a great start, to be honest, but of course I'll test this a lot better in my full review video. These are just some of the first impressions. To be honest, I really want to enjoy this device. I'm really hoping that this will be something that I will use regularly. Then I want an actual PS Vita 2, of course, but unfortunately Sony decided to go ahead with this one. The good part is that you can actually enjoy the same games as you do on the PS5. In the end, you cannot do anything with this device if you don't have internet and if you don't have a PS5. But I will test this out a lot more in my full review. I just wanted to have some quick impressions on how this looks like. Let's switch to the normal view and we'll close this up. So as you can see, playing with this device closer to better internet connectivity, because I was quite a bit far from the router when I initially tested the Astro. Then I played Spider-Man 2. I was close also to the PS5 and I wanted to show you a bit of lag if there is any, and you may or may not see it in this video as well. But again, don't worry, I will test out this a bit more in my review video. With a stable connectivity, first impression is actually pretty good. Initially I thought that maybe it's not the best, and it was quite similar to what I've tested so far with my phone or even with a third-party application in the ROG Ally or the Steam Deck. But those hiccups were a lot more than what we have now with this device. I just tested it out for a couple of minutes, maybe 1 hour tops, and so far so good. The lag is not that noticeable, at least for me, but I'll test this out with more challenging games as well. But I'll do a full review where I'll test out a bunch of different games. But as a first impression, I really enjoy using this device, and I cannot wait to get my hands on my very own. But for now, I'll be using this one, and I'll get back to you with a full review as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed my initial impressions on the PlayStation Portal. This is the Tech Arrival, and I'll catch you in the next one.